This is a fucking asshole of a day.
Oh my God. I told you guys yesterday that I was taking my kids and my son's friend fishing today. Well, guess what happened? It was a shit show. It was. It got hot too quick because we showed up to the lake around 6:30 in the morning. Trust me, to get two 12-year-olds and a 10-year-old out of bed in the middle of summer, or as summer's coming to an end, I should say, for school, to get them out of the house by 6 a.m. and make it to a lake by 6:30, that's an accomplishment. But holy crap, it got way too hot way too quickly. And my daughter and I, we both are not fans of the heat. Okay. I'm a baby when it comes to the heat. And then what did I say yesterday was going to happen? Dad, can you help me with this? Or Scott, can you help me with this? That's what happened. My son's buddy had a fishing pole, but he didn't have enough line on it because apparently last time he used it, he lost a bunch of line. Anyway, I'm sitting there trying to tie some line together for him. And I swear this happened. I swear to God this happened. He had an open fly reel. And we get it all wrapped up and ready to go with a good amount of line. I swear there was. And then like 5-10 minutes later, I hear something about like, well, I could only cast out like 10 feet. Like, what happened to your all the line we put on there? Oh, we cut it. Why would you cut it? I swear to freaking God that happened. So that was a shit show and blah, 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 blah. But I did eat beef jerky and we saw a bald eagle swoop into the lake, grab a fish, go up onto this tree that was maybe 20 yards away from us. Maybe. And it's sitting at the top and it just kind of like rips the guts out of the fish. It was really freaking cool. It was neat. Like, oh, guys, well, today was a disaster, but at least we saw that. Huh? Huh? Why are you crying? Huh? What's going on? Anyway, I thought it was funny. They caught some fish, but ultimately it was just too hot. It's right around, as I record this, it's almost 100 degrees, and we're just not used to that around here. Some people listening to this be like, oh, that ain't even bad. You don't even got no humidity out there in Colorado. Here in Texas, we got a whole bunch of humidity and all that heat with it. Okay, I get it. Whatever. That ain't, we ain't in Texas, okay? We're not used to that shit. Same thing as if you guys get a little dust in the snow, you're going to freaking crash into everything. Same thing. Samesies. Get it? Jeez. I remember hearing stories of like just a little bit of ice on the roads in places like Texas. They freak out in certain parts of Texas, like Dallas area. What I've told that story before when I covered the Super Bowl in Atlanta. They had a little bit of ice overnight. They shut down the city. No freaking joke. It was our first day covering Super Bowl week. I'm with Mark Schlereth and Mike Evans. We're walking to the event center, and we're like, where's all the ice that everybody's talking about? We come from Colorado. We're assuming it's pretty bad. And Colorado doesn't get it as bad as places up in, like, say, North Dakota, South Dakota, Michigan, Iowa, all those places, Wisconsin. They get it worse. So we're looking around like, where's the ice? They literally shut down the city. It was insane. We're walking. We saw like one little puddle that was kind of ice. People freaked out. Okay? That's all I'm saying. Here in Colorado, when it gets to around 100 degrees, we all shut down. And we're just like, this is horrible. This is what the devil's taint is like? Oh, God. Who wants to move to Texas? Don't like it. Yeah, I just called Texas the devil's taint. You're welcome. You are so welcome. Anyway, hope you guys are having a great day. A lot to get into. big sports section that I cannot freaking wait to jump into. But real quick, make sure you interact with the show as you're listening or watching if you can, please. It helps with the algorithm to disperse the show. Also, remember today's show is presented to you by the great people over at Roof Goat USA. Check them out at roofgoatusa.com. And if you got a roofing issue, they're the ones to contact. Even if you don't use them yet because you think your roof's good, save the information because you never know when that's going to happen. And then you're going to want to have a good roofer in your back pocket. And that good roofer is actually a great roofer, Roof Goat USA. I'll tell you more about them in a little bit, but today's show is also presented to you by Kirkwall Group. If you're running a business, you need help with the back of the house, you need someone with experience and is trustworthy. You need the Kirkwall Group. They got over 30 years of experience. They know their stuff. They're a bit of numbers nerds, okay? I'm just going to say. I'm going to say it. It's truth. We're in the truth tree, okay? Richard and the Kirkwall Group, they understand that you and your business, you deserve someone who's efficient, timely, accurate, cost-effective, focused on your success, and is working to save you money. Those are all things that you need. And to be honest, back of the house stuff, it's really stressful. Wouldn't you like the luxury of focusing mostly on the front of the house stuff? Ooh. Trust me, it's going to be worth your time. Kirkwall Group can help you with your bookkeeping, accounting management services like CFO, controller, accounting manager, projects, and support, as well as tax planning and preparation, income, property tax, sales, and use tax. What you need to do is just go to kirkwallgroup.net. Again, kirkwallgroup.net. See everything they can do for you or in your company. Again, kirkwallgroup.net. Set up a free consultation. It's free. It's got to be for you, right? Kirkwallgroup.net. Kirkwall Group, we count what counts for you and what we need to do right now. Let's do it. Let's have some fun. Let's jump into headlines.
Let's go! Let's go!
And now, here are the headlines.
This is so funny that I saw this headline. Obviously, this isn't going to be something that is going to be all over CNN or anything like that or your local news channels. But I saw it, and I can't help but think, been there. You've probably been there, and you try to pretend it doesn't bug you, but it does. It does. Just a smidge. Maybe sometimes a little more than a smidge. Apparently on Reddit, some lady is making some waves because she brought up that she's in the United States. She filed an HR complaint against a coworker for not being invited to a wedding. She claims it was creating a hostile environment. Okay, to file a complaint is a little bit of a bitch move. That's what you would call a Karen. Oh, I didn't get invited to the wedding of this blah, blah, blah coworker. Guess what? Probably because nobody likes you or they don't like you enough. And to be honest, as somebody that has gotten married, I remember whittling down the guest list. And you got to make cuts. Come on, man. You can't just invite everybody and their freaking brother. Jesus Christ. That being said, I just saw somebody I used to work with. We were very close. Just got married. Like, I didn't get the fucking invite. And I believe he's still in Colorado. So he's a dick. That being said, I probably wouldn't have gone. I probably would. No offense. Come on. I don't like going to weddings. I am not a big wedding guy unless it's somebody I really, really, really like, which is like hardly anybody. And or if they have really good food. If I know they're going to have sensational food, yeah, sign me up. A buffet? Hey, I'm there. I love a good buffet. I love a good salad bar. That's where I'm at in my life. If I know of a place that has a really good salad bar, I'm there. Because remember Sweet Tomato? Sweet Tomato closed down during the pandemic. They reopened in Tucson. I think they have one location now, but they used to be nationwide. They used to have one in, I think it was Westminster. Yeah, Westminster, Colorado. And we would go to that one off of Sheridan. We'd go down there. Oh, the kids loved it. It was great. You know, they have that giant salad bar. Everything's all you can eat. They'd have people making different pastas, different pizzas, different soups. I love a good soup. I love a good, cream of mushroom or clam chowder type of soup. They had that, but they had to close down. But they reopened one. That was our jam. That was our, ooh, can we go to Sweet Tomato? All right. You guys have been good. Yeah. They also had ice cream too, but it was a great place. So if I find a place that has a good salad bar, I'm in. I'm in. But they're hard to find because they're hard to maintain, I could imagine. Anyway. Oh, wait, we were talking about this Karen that didn't get invited to a wedding. So she filed a complaint. Do you think that's going to make your work environment any better by complaining because you didn't get an invite to a wedding? And do you want to be that person that is forced to get invited to the wedding? Oh, God. Where are we going to fucking put her? Nobody wants to sit with her because you're going to sit at that table. You're the person that guilt-tripped your way into getting on the guest list. You're going to sit down. You know that shit's going to go around the family and the friends. They're going to sit down and be like, oh, you're the one. You're the one that filed an HR complaint about, not getting invited. Oh, I hope you're happy. Enjoy that salad and the salmon. Jesus. I'd be pissed. I'd be pissed after the fact, too. Like, no, I don't fucking like you. Guess what? Guess what? Guess what? Sometimes you just don't make the team. Sometimes you don't get invited to the party. That's life. Jesus Christ. I bet this lady that didn't get invited is all about participation trophies. Well, my son showed up to the game. He should get a freaking trophy. You guys lost like 57-2. We should get a trophy for showing up. No, God, what a bitch. You can't work with somebody after that, right? That's a tainted environment. If I have a wedding, I give certain people invites. When I got married to my wife, I remember she was like, you can invite, because we're going through it. You got a certain amount of family, you got a certain amount of friends and coworkers, whatever. And it was just like, you can probably invite, like, say, 3 people from work. And that's what I did. One was my boss, and the other one was my buddy JJ, right? Who helped me get into the industry. And then, well, maybe that was all. Maybe that's all it was at the time. But either way, I mean, come on. Jesus Christ, people. You just don't get invited to everything. You just don't win everything. My God. My God. If that was a dude, I'd kick him in the dick. I'm just saying. Just saying, sometimes that needs to happen. Should we make that a t-shirt? Sometimes you just got to kick someone in the dick. It's dick kicking time or something like that. It'd be like Fantastic Four. Why isn't that the Thing's motto? The Thing? He's all, it's clobbering time. It's dick punching time. Yeah. I should be a writer for comics. I should. I have a gift. I do. This is trending right now. I've seen it on so many different news outlets. We've talked about it a little too much, to be honest. And we're going to hit on it real quick, and then we're going to move on. But there's all these news agencies that are picking it up again. And they're like, did you guys know what the mascot for McDonald's Grimace is? Did you know? Because McDonald's just came out with a new statement saying what he is. Oh, he's a taste bud. Yeah, a purple taste bud. And I'm looking at my tongue right now. It's more pinkish red, okay? It's not purple. It's not purple. Whoever says it's a taste bud is fucking lying, and they're covering up a dead body. That's essentially what they're doing. They don't want to admit that somebody was high, tripping balls on LSD or whatever. Okay, and they came up with Grimace. They're like, he looked like a butt plug that I had up Carol's ass last night. Oh my God, let's put a smiley face on him. Oh shit. Let's make him let's make him a mascot and it'll be hilarious. Good one, Todd. High five. High five. Anyway, that's trending right now. It's so stupid. You can't tell me it's a taste bud. You can come up with something else. I always lean on the butt plug thing because I posted a picture on my Facebook page. I didn't say he looks like a butt plug, but I put Grimace's face on top of a purple butt plug that I Googled that and downloaded the picture. And I put it next to an actual cartoon Grimace and that one. And they're both wearing, I put, little McDonald's hats on them. And I said, what is Grimace? Didn't say anything because Grimace looks exactly like a butt plug and nobody's gone, oh, he clearly looks like a butt plug. Swear to freaking God, just look at it. Go to my Facebook page, DeHuff Podcast. You'll see what I'm talking about. It's so bizarre. It looks like that's because I put a smiley face and a hat on. Boom, butt plug is now Grimace. That's all I did. That's all I did. God, I'm a genius. A genius. You see some weird stuff that floats through your timeline, especially on Instagram. Again, follow me on Instagram at DeHuff Podcast. This is what popped up. A golf club in Western Norway is dealing with an ongoing mystery since 2005. Apparently, someone is repeatedly leaving human waste and toilet paper inside golf holes. They have it kind of pinned down. The culprit strikes on weekday mornings, often arriving by bike and targeting specific holes. Despite floodlights, security measures, and even climbing trees to disable lights, the mystery pooper remains elusive. He's been doing it. It's a dude. Again, it's a dude. We know this. It's a man. He's been doing that for 20 years. Imagine if you get caught and you're the elusive pooper. Yeah, I would have gotten away with it if it wasn't for those darn kids. Yeah, the ones that are traumatized because you pooped in a golf hole right in front of them. Yeah, those kids. Good one, Raggy. Like Scoob, that man's pooping in the hole. Oh, ruh-roh. He's at it again. That's good stuff. So you're going to be thinking about that next time you're watching golf, you're watching Happy Gilmore 2 or whatever, which I watched, and it is what I said it was going to be. It's cameos and nostalgia. Still funny. Still liked it. I'll watch it again. But it wasn't blow you out of the water with super humor. The one person that I thought was a little forced, there's a scene where they're in this dining hall with a bunch of golfers, and they have Travis Kelce in this part. And at first, I'm like, yeah, he's doing a good job. He's being funny. But there's a part where it seemed like they added one more extra little quick shot of Travis Kelce. There was like actually two more extra shots, and I'm like, it kind of ruined it for me. Like now I don't like Travis Kelce again. I was starting to like him, and I could look past all the, the fact that he's a Chief. And then there was like two extra shots of him trying to be extra funny, and I just felt like it was forced. You could watch that scene, okay, and you tell me. It's where one of the golfers keeps telling bad jokes, like that's what she said. And you tell me, am I being a bitch? No, you better not fucking say that. You better not say that, son of a gun. But otherwise, I thought it was a good movie. Anyway, some guy poops in holes. There you go. Golf holes. If you see the elusive golf hole pooper in Norway, call the police. Okay? This guy needs to be taken down. Taken down. That'd be a weird thing to walk up on, I tell you what. What are you doing, sir? Hold on. Almost done. He pulls up his pants and he's like, now I'm gone and this is your problem. Oh, darn it. The elusive pooper. He got us again. Hey, you know what? When it comes to roof repairs, you're going to want to go with the best. You're going to want to go with the GOAT. The Roof Goat USA way is the way for you to go. I don't know what's happening right now. I'm sorry. Roof Goat USA. They're the best. They're the GOAT. They've been in business for 23 years. Over 23 years. They understand the headache that comes with fixing a roof because they've been kicking butt, taking names out in Michigan. Then just this year, they came out to Colorado, and they're starting to do the same dang thing. Go check them out at roofgoatusa.com right now. You can sign up for a free evaluation. They'll come out to your house, see what's going on with your roof. And you know what? They'll tell you honestly, what's the next step? What do you need to do? Is it a repair, replacement? Do we got to call the insurance and get that stuff rolling? Which, by the way, insurance is starting to phase out roof repairs. So you're going to want to jump on this as quick as possible before they pull the rug out from underneath us. Oh, it's going to drive me nuts if they do that. So get in on that. Have them come out. Like I said, it's a free evaluation. That's it. Pretty simple. And they're great human beings that you're going to love working with. And one of the biggest selling points, it's not just the fact that they take care of your property as they're fixing your roof. They're making sure that your windows, your siding, nothing gets damaged. They take extra precautions that other places should, but they don't. And they make sure that there's no extra nails or debris on the ground, so it's safer for you, your pets, your kids, your vehicles, stuff like that. They go above and beyond. But to go even further, Roof Goat USA guarantees their work. They got a 30-year coverage from install date. That's all materials and labor for 30 years from date of install. That's the Roof Goat USA way, guys. So for all your roofing needs, go ahead, contact the GOAT. 303-495-4630, 303-495-4630, or go to roofgoatusa.com. Again, roofgoatusa.com. Experience the Roof Goat USA difference today. By the way, sometimes this happens. I got a message from Kenzie. She said, oh, here's an article that I just saw. And she said, it was that one about the Denmark Zoo where they're wanting you to donate your healthy but unwanted pets. But she hadn't listened to the most recent episode. So I felt bad. I'm like, oh, thanks. Listen, to be honest, that's okay. I would rather you do that and you send me something I talked about, and then the opposite of you not sending me something and I missed the great story. But that being said, still a bizarre story. In fact, someone followed up with that Denmark Zoo story, and so Kenzie, bravo. So you're allowing me to continue to talk about it. They said, yeah, they're wanting these unwanted small pets and possible horses. How about gathering a bunch of those prairie dogs everywhere? Those things are a nuisance. I'm fine with that. I don't know what purpose prairie dogs serve other than food for hawks and eagles. And maybe coyotes. I don't know. But might as well go give them to a zoo in Denmark, ship them out there. They're going to be all bunched up in a crate. And they're like, what's going on? I don't know. Todd said we were going follow the light, and then we ended up in this cage. No, darn you, Todd. But anyway, can't be all that bad, right? They show up, and then there's a fucking lion that eats them. Right? Hey, that sounds like a Disney movie waiting to happen. You know what? You know how shitty prairie dogs are? I don't think there's ever been a prairie dog cartoon character in Disney. I don't think. If there was, don't fucking send me the message, because honestly, I don't care. I don't care. But I'm going to go on a limb and say there hasn't been, at least one that anybody cared about. So that's how shitty prairie dogs are, right? They have shark characters, they have alligator, crocodile characters. Those things hurt people. Lions, tigers, rabbits, skunks. Skunks smell like shit. Terrible smell. But prairie dogs, nah. They're like, nah, nobody likes a prairie dog. None of them. Nobody does. Just saying, don't be disappointed if all of a sudden somebody's like, why don't we just ship them over to Denmark? That's a brilliant idea. You know what else is a brilliant idea? Is jumping into sports.
He's walked the hallowed grounds of Folsom Field, Coors Field, and Mile High Stadium.
He runs at the 50. He runs at the 40. The guy is drunk, but there he goes.
It's time for Sports with DeHuff.
Before we get into some Broncos talk and some other NFL talk, another green dildo made its way onto a WNBA court, but this time, it hit my girl. Sophie Cunningham got hit by a green dildo. By the way, I posted some random picture saying something about dildo gate, and it's like a dildo. Again, these are the things I do for the show. I Googled a green dildo, removed the background, and then blah, 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 made a little image that says dildo gate, and it says WNBA. I put the WNBA logo on there. But anyway, so I post about it, and then this account on Twitter reaches out to me. They're like, we're the ones behind it. Green dildo coin. It's like a Bitcoin thing. And they have behind the scenes video of them on Twitter with the green dildos. They're the ones taking responsibility for it, but nobody's said anything. It's really bizarre. Then I saw one of the WNBA coaches was saying security needs to step their game up, and we don't even have bag checks, the procedure implemented for the upcoming games because of this. First of all, if Green Dildo Coin on Twitter is responsible for this, they're getting a lot of little miscellaneous love. And good for them, I guess. I don't know. But to go back to that coach's comment about, they're not even inspecting bags and they don't plan to. Ugh. Like, you can't fucking hide it in the front end of your pants. Who is going to question you? Like, no, that's my hog. Come on. I mean, you can touch it if you want to, right? People are like, oh, put it in your prison wallet. No, nobody's going to shove it up their ass, dummy. You stick it down the front end of your pants. People are going to assume that you're packing some major heat. And then you just pull it out during the game. Right? You don't have to stick it up your ass, sir. I know. And by the way, that was a bunch of dudes saying that comment. I just stick it up my ass, or I bet they just stick it up their butt. No, come on, man. Come on. You're just looking for an excuse, aren't you? Aren't you, buddy? Anyway, that's still a thing. And to be honest, it's drawing eyes to the WNBA. The WNBA needs to endorse green dildos. They do. That's what they should do. Because why not? Why not? Embrace it. They would probably make a buttload of money. Welcome to Green Dildo Arena. As the Fever take on the, I don't know. I honestly don't know any other names. But whatever. Yeah! Sparkling Stars. Is there one Stars? I don't know. But anyway, yeah, Green Dildo Arena. Live from Green Dildo Arena. I think that would be hilarious. Again, guys, I'm an idea guy. You're welcome, WNBA. That's $1 million idea. Maybe a couple $1,000 idea. Either way, you're welcome. Hey, listen, I'll get sponsored by a dildo company. Hi, it's Duff Uncensored, broadcasting from the Green Dildo Studios. I have no shame. I don't care. That would be great. Bo Nix. Bo Nix is on YouTube right now, and you can follow him at Bo Nix 10 on YouTube. The first video he posted is a well edited video of him training in the off season, him giving his advice on why you train hard and how that can translate onto the field. I'm going to play a snippet from it. It's a good little thing for young athletes to watch. Yes, he's only putting one season under his belt and he's going into season number 2. But dude, this guy gets me so freaking excited about the Denver Broncos.
In order for me to put my team in that situation, in order for me to put my team in a successful spot, then I don't have a choice but to prepare and to train really hard and apply pressure on myself in the off season so that when I get in the season, the pressure just becomes a true privilege and it's not pressure anymore. It's just second nature. This is what I do each and every day.
That was wind. It's hot. You don't really want to be out here, but you gotta lock in and hit your target. You're just wasting reps. That's it.
Hopefully you guys can hear that. I know the music's kind of loud. I didn't realize it was that loud until I started playing it. But I mean, him going out there grinding, he's given his philosophies on football and working hard. I love it. I love it. And you watch that as a Broncos fan. It's a whole like 9.5 minute long video that he posted. Like I said, as of right now, there's only one video up there. Again, Bo Nix 10 on YouTube. Search it up, follow it. It's neat. It's neat. But you watch how hard he's grinding in the off season and how he's talking about putting himself in situations that aren't clean. He's putting himself in situations because he knows that the majority of the time it's not going to go to plan. There's always going to be a defender that mucks up the plan. And it's neat how he describes it. And like I said, for young athletes, it's something that you can watch. And I think more professional athletes should do stuff like this. I encourage it to give a sense of reality that you're not just going to go out on the field and accomplish greatness. Greatness comes from the grind. Greatness comes with a whole bunch of sweat. And make that a t-shirt. There you go. You're welcome. And that's what the young athletes need to see. Doesn't matter if it's sports. Doesn't matter if it's your career. You're going into accounting. You're going into sales. You're going into some sort of engineering. You're working the oil fields. You're doing something like that, farming, whatever. You're going to, in order to achieve the fantastic end result, you're going to have to put in some hard freaking work. The hard work that you wish you didn't have to do, but ultimately it's going to pay off. And that's what's cool when you go and you watch stuff like that. So good on Bo Nix for posting that. I like it. It shows some vulnerability and shows everybody that, hey, I'm not just showing up. I'm putting in the work, 365. And I love to see that. So that's pretty cool. By the way, the Broncos take on the 49ers this Saturday to open their preseason. And I'm excited. I'm going to watch it. It's a Saturday night game. That's exciting. Excited for the season to start. One thing that I wanted to bring up, I was, again, roaming through Instagram. This popped up. Miami Dolphins head coach Mike McDaniel. He says some bizarre shit.
You should stand corrected. Good morning. False. Great morning. Let's go.
Why great? What makes this one great?
Because we're another day closer to death.
What? He's like giving the guy like the most dry stare. I'm not going to say like a death stare, but I don't know if he has that like weird, like my Uncle Bob has a great dry sense of humor. You don't know if he's joking, and that it's beautiful. Like he does a fantastic job. Is that what Mike McDaniel does? That he has the best like dry sense of humor, and then he says stuff like, you're just another day closer to death, and he's just staring at somebody, doesn't smile one freaking bit. If I said that, I'd start laughing immediately, or at least my face would twitch into a smile. Doesn't do it. Does he have old man humor? Is that what it is? Or is he twisted? I don't know. Dolphin fans, you guys probably, watch his press conferences more and more than I do. What is that dude about? That's bizarre. He's a weird dude. Speaking of the NFL, real quick, I'm going to wrap up with this. I talked about Shedeur Sanders yesterday and how I was excited for him to get the start on Friday against the Panthers, which is really cool. He's taken on his former teammate, Jimmy Horn Jr., who's on the Panthers. But anyway, Shedeur Sanders getting the start due to injuries. That's great. And then you hear their coach is not necessarily going to play any of the starters for the Browns. So he's going to be throwing to second and third stringers, having the majority of the offensive line is not going to be the starting offensive line. And the Panthers, everything I've read is they plan on playing their starters to start things off. Are they sabotaging Shedeur, or are they giving him a trial by fire? And they think that he needs this and he's just going to explode and do something fantastic. I feel like they're sabotaging him and setting them up to fail. If I wouldn't have heard that they weren't, if I didn't know that they weren't gonna play all the starters on the offensive line, then I'd be like, wow, this is his chance. That's what I said yesterday. I'm like, this is great. This is a great opportunity. Now I'm kind of doubting it. It's like, dude, that's kind of jacked up. But if he does something special with all this, with this stacked up against him, holy crap, that phone better be lighting up from other franchises going, we want Shedeur. We want to trade for Shedeur. He has so much more pressure on him now. And I feel like the Browns are sabotaging him. They're hoping he fails. Doesn't it kind of feel like that? What did Shedeur or Dion do to the Browns organization that just pisses them off that bad? But I don't know what it is. But here's the thing. I wish him all the luck in the world. I hope he freaking succeeds. I hope he goes out there and freaking dominates. And I hope he throws, 2 or 3 touchdowns, is insane, makes some tight throws, some incredible evasion because the offensive line is trash or something like that. And he just is making plays to the point where everybody's like, that's an NFL starting quarterback. I hope that happens. I hope it does. But right now, the deck is stacked against him. But he needs to get out of that fucking organization. He does. They're trash. Trash. Anyway, we'll follow up on Monday with that, see how everything goes. Hopefully it's good. But anyway, thank you guys so much for joining the show. Really do appreciate the support as well. Make sure you can, if you can, interact with the show. Really do appreciate it if you can do that. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching, however you are consuming this. Big thanks to Roof Goat USA as well as Kirkwall Group. Those are some great sponsors of mine that if you could check them out, roofgoatusa.com or kirkwallgroup.net. Show them some love, see what they're about. And you know what? They might be helping you next thing you know. So anyway, thank you guys so much. You guys are amazing. Have a wonderful day. Hopefully you laughed a little bit in this episode. It's the Huff Uncensored. Let's continue to move forward. I'll talk to you next time.